Time now to return to one of our favorite topics, the Innovation Summit. If you've missed the last couple of podcasts or haven't heard about it, the Innovation Summit was an opportunity for local businesses within a 150-mile radius of Spectrum Center who are minority-owned to come away with a $15,000 investment from the Charlotte Hornets as part of the Innovation Summit. There were nearly 150 applications in 2 weeks, and then in the second round, 20 semifinalists received 50,000 fan votes. So we've had great participation both from businesses trying to be a part of the competition and win the $15,000, as well as you, the fans, letting your opinions be heard. Only one business is going to walk away with the grand prize, but thankfully everyone who applied received a year of free resources from The Lonely Entrepreneur. And to tell us all about it, we have Michael Dermer from The Lonely Entrepreneur here with us today. Michael, how are you?
I'm terrific. Thanks so much for having me.
We're thrilled to have you here. Give us a little bit of the background on The Lonely Entrepreneur and the Black Entrepreneur Initiative.
Sure, my pleasure. I started my career as a corporate lawyer in New York, and I left that after 3 years and started what got to be known as the first company in the U.S. to reward people for being healthy. It was a healthcare technology company that we built up and sold in 2013. But, not before living through the financial crisis of 2008, a lot of things that people experience today. And after I sold that company, I really wanted to give back to entrepreneurs. And, I was just helping people and entrepreneurs, who are entrepreneurs in New York, where I live. And one of them said to me, being an entrepreneur is really lonely. And I was like, And then a friend of mine said, wow, that's really a thing, and dragged me into a Starbucks and yelled, who here is a lonely entrepreneur? And everybody raised their hand. And we knew that if we could wake up every day and try to help people turn their passion into success, that'd be an amazing thing to do. And so we started The Lonely Entrepreneur, built this platform, which is really designed to be a one-stop shop for entrepreneurs, so they didn't have to go all over the place to find the resources they need, because there's so many things you need to know, and launched that in 2015. And then more recently said to ourselves, we've got this great platform. How do we help women and people of color? And we started to partner with leaders in the Black community throughout the country. And in the tragic events that occurred around George Floyd, we said to ourselves, listen, while we all wrestle with social and economic injustice, that we know that's going to take time. And that's a wrestling that is worth taking. But, we've got a platform that we could put in the hands of people today. So we launched the Black Entrepreneur Initiative with the goal of trying to put that platform for free in the hands of 100,000 Black men and women across the country. So it's been incredibly rewarding to try to make a difference, and also obviously to partner with the Hornets on the Innovation Summit.
And many of the obstacles that you're working to try and remove have been exacerbated by the pandemic, something that is just unforeseen and a once-in-a-generation type of experience, but nonetheless is having a significant impact. Tell us about what each of the applicants here through the Innovation Summit are receiving from you, and how that might help combat some of the additional barriers that they're confronting, with COVID-19.
Yeah, it's such a good point. Even for every type of entrepreneur, but especially for entrepreneurs of color, there's a crazy statistic out there that said 41% of Black-owned businesses were likely to close under COVID. Just tragic numbers. And so in partnership with the Hornets, using our platform, basically everybody that applied gets 1 year of free access to the platform, and that provides them with 350 learning modules on all the business and personal issues they face, a whole series of tools, which are like, business plan templates and sample legal agreements, and ongoing support in the form of group coaching on all kinds of different topics, and then a community where they can get their questions answered by the Lonely Entrepreneur team. So I think the idea is that given the challenges that exist even before COVID, but certainly during COVID, and especially exacerbated for the Black and other minority communities, hopefully what we're doing is guiding them to have a better chance of success.
Now, we'll be announcing the winner of the Innovation Summit tonight at the Hornets game against the Cleveland Cavaliers. You, in addition to giving away your outstanding service to all of our applicants, served as a judge in the process. Tell me about your perspective, maybe viewing the applicants as people that could use your service, but also trying to evaluate them as companies.
My first reaction is just wow. This is just a real example of, in the Charlotte community, just how many talented people there are with great idea and passion that just need a little bit of learning and a little bit of capital to get themselves moving. The businesses that we saw were as diverse as, fashion businesses, technology businesses started by young people that are a little bit older, of all different shapes and sizes. So you're just amazed by the talent that exists that hopefully the work that the Hornets are doing and the work that we're doing, can give them a better chance of success. But not just even, the 5 businesses that made it to be the finalists, but the 150 or so that applied. It's unbelievable to know that one of the next great innovations or fashion trends could come, from the Charlotte community. It was just a pleasure to be involved.
There were so many great ideas. You can check them all out by going to the Hornets YouTube page. You can also go through our social media pages as well. We've got links to all of the pitches as well as the full Innovation Summit. You were only allowed to vote for one, Michael. Who did you vote for and why?
It was such a difficult decision. I ended up voting for the first because I felt, as you talked about, turning kind of fashion into a purse and not only the business, and you think about the innovation of solving a problem, right, that many, many women have, but also just who they were. We talk so much about how not only the Black community, but especially women face kind of the double whammy of challenges. And if you look at the not just the business themselves and the opportunity and the demand, which of course is necessary in any of these businesses, but just the individual involved, while they're all impressive individuals, if you look at her, this is exactly, in my opinion, who we should be helping. Raw talent, great idea, and just needs capital and learning to get it off the ground. So it was I think the product is terrific, but I think partly, wouldn't it make an amazing success story to see her at, center court of the arena showing off her product. So that's why I voted for them.
For those fans listening in that maybe could find benefit from what you're doing with The Lonely Entrepreneur, where can they go to find you?
Oh, thank you so much. Just lonelyentrepreneur.com. You'll see a whole bunch of stuff there that can help entrepreneurs, and for the corporate and philanthropic partners out there like the Charlotte Hornets, our Black Entrepreneur Initiative is designed to really help 100,000 Black entrepreneurs throughout the country. And we have I can't announce it yet, but a very, very large, actually North Carolina-based NASCAR announcement coming out on Monday that you'll see there as well. So thank you so much for referencing that.
Well, thank you for all the fine work that you've been doing. Michael Dermer, founder of The Lonely Entrepreneur, thanks as well for taking the time and energy and effort into being a judge on the panel. And we look forward to hopefully partnering with you on many, many more initiatives in the future.
Thanks for having me, and thank you to the leadership of the Charlotte Hornets for making this happen.